One of the most popular names in the Boston Bruins offseason has been Martin Necas, and now with a new report, he's been signed by the Carolina Hurricanes for 2 years. And looking back at it now, this is exactly what the Boston Bruins wanted. I'm going to be talking about everything that happened with that signing, as well as Tyler Johnson. Could he be that missing piece the Boston Bruins are looking for to finish off this defense? So before we get into all of this news here in this video, we have a special word from our sponsor of this video, NordVPN. As you know, being a Bruins fan means keeping up with the games no matter where you are. Whether you're traveling for work, stuck at the office, or even outside of the country, you don't want to miss a single puck drop from the Boston Bruins, and that's where NordVPN comes in. Whether you're streaming the latest highlights or catching up on game replays, but you're still trying to protect your personal data while browsing, NordVPN has got your back. NordVPN allows you to securely connect to servers all around the world so you can stream Bruins games live without any restrictions. Plus, with NordVPN's top-notch security features, you can browse the web safely, keeping your personal information protected from all of those prying eyes that are out there. Want to watch a movie or TV show that isn't available in your country? With NordVPN, you can change your location and enjoy content from different countries around the world. With NordVPN's special Threat Protection Pro and Dark Web Monitoring, you get an extra layer of protection from unwanted malware on your device and will be notified if your sensitive, personal information ends up on the dark web. Visit NordVPN.com/Bruins and use our code to get an exclusive NordVPN deal plus 4 extra months. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. That's NordVPN.com/Bruins. Thank you, NordVPN, for sponsoring this video. Thank you, NordVPN, for sponsoring this video once again. And the first sponsor on this channel, so it really does mean a lot to me. So once again, thank you guys. But without any further ado, let's get into our topics here of this video. Starting off with the whole situation involving Martin Necas, I guess we could say. He's now off the market, although the Boston Bruins, as of right now, were not too in on him. And obviously not anymore, as he is signed, but with the whole situation that played out here, up to this point, up to the Carolina Hurricanes re-signing him, the Boston Bruins had to be very, very happy that nothing happened with this, especially with a trade that they rejected from the Buffalo Sabres. So let's get into it with our first bit of news here, a little bit of article here from this one, saying, while the Bruins were highly interested in Necas, they ultimately went in for a different direction once free agency arrived. They opted to focus on their center and defense positions, signing Elias Lindholm and Nikita Zadorov on July 1st. While they still have cap space after the summer moves, Jeremy Swayman is expected to take up a significant amount of that cap space, which we knew was the case. We knew that after the signings of Zadorov and Lindholm, Necas' deal was really not in the cards at that moment. And I still thought at the end, when we were coming in up on these past few weeks, that it could be a chance. If the Boston Bruins were looking to go kind of, I would say, more in than what we initially thought, Necas could be a great option. Have him a trade for him and sign him for, I would have said probably a 3 to 5 year deal anywhere in the matter of that. But with the whole expectation of him being traded, that did not end up happening. And continuing on with these screenshots here, we have another one. It'll be interesting to see with what's next for Necas after the Hurricanes. And while the trade before the start of the season is unlikely, talks could once again resume next summer. With this bridge deal, he will be eligible for to be a UFA at the end of the 25-26 season. So once again, if the Bruins still do have that interest in Necas, if they have that idea of he could be the perfect fit, things still could happen, even I'm saying in this next season, next offseason especially, but if this season does not work out for Necas, if this season does not work out for the Hurricanes as well, we could potentially see a deal. If the Bruins are kind of in that situation where they're buyers, they have the cap space, maybe someone goes on LTIR, maybe someone gets traded. I do like the thought and the concept of what a Martin Necas could do on this lineup, just completely adding to what we already have. And how unlikely it is probably pretty high, but I think the Bruins still were in on this, still want to be in on Martin Necas, but just didn't happen this one. But for that trade that I discussed, here is what it was. This is from H.E. Pennybacher, but this is just a quote from Frank Cervalli on the Daily Faceoff. It says, Sabres had to trade for Necas, but he wouldn't sign there. That's the first option. Then this is what the Winnipeg Jets offered. Rutger McGroarty, Cole Perfetti, and a pick, but the Necas deal never consummated. Didn't know the reason, and I don't either. In my opinion, this is from an outside standpoint, this is from a Bruins fan, this deal should have been done immediately. Necas, even though he's 25 years old, the play style he has, the development he still has, I think you get more in your opportunities from those picks, from Cole Perfetti, from Rutger McGroarty, to help out your future, but also the present. So, to me, I don't know why they didn't do this deal, but thankfully the Bruins didn't have anything planned or whatnot, because they would have had to pay a hefty price for Martin Necas, and one that the Bruins, I don't think, would have been able to do without severely overpaying. So, at the end of the day, I'm quite happy with this, and if his value decreases in this season, heading into next offseason, the Bruins need to be back on him again, because I'm still very high on Martin Necas, but not at all for that price. But let's head on to our second topic here of this video, which is going to be Tyler Johnson. We're still looking for that extra winger or centerman, whatever. We need that one extra forward that really can create a more competitive atmosphere in, the preseason and the offseason, at the end of it, I should say, and the early next season. And Tyler Johnson is the absolute perfect fit for what we're looking for in that type of player. And he's not a young player. That's not what the Bruins are looking for to fill this specific role. A guy like Tyler Johnson, who had much success over his career on the best team in the NHL at the time, in the Tampa Bay Lightning, to the worst team in last year, and the year before, the Chicago Blackhawks. Things have worked out for him no matter where he's gone. He's proved that he's been able to kind of solidify a line and solidify still a certain amount of points, even with a horrible team, I guess we could say. And especially last year was another great option. 67 games, 31 points with 17 goals. And keep in mind, this is the Chicago Blackhawks, and his birthday was yesterday. Fun fact if we didn't know that. But the now 34-year-old still has a lot of potential and a lot of playing time left. A lot of the guys around that age, you can see the regression start, but I don't see that in Tyler Johnson. I know that he still took a bigger role on in the Blackhawks, but with 15 minutes time on ice, that point total, that amount of games played, and everything that we've seen from him, adding him to a very, very good lineup like the Boston Bruins may actually make him even better in, maybe a shorter amount of ice time, a very cheap price on a second line if need be, third or fourth line most of the time. I like the Tyler Johnson fit a lot, and I want to know what you guys think about a potential signing of this. And once again, I spoke in I think it was last video, about a PTO, another great option for a guy like Tyler Johnson. If he still isn't signed, come training camp, come free, preseason, this is an option. This is a very, very good one. I'd be willing to even give him, $1 million and whatever, not a minimum, but something below $1 million. And having that, capability with the signing of Jeremy Swayman likely coming, I would say, in the next coming weeks, it's a perfect idea, the perfect fit for what the Bruins need right now. And I think that this could end up being one that we will see. I don't want to get my optimism up, I don't want to get my hopes up, but I like the idea of this. This potential does seem to be the right move, and especially with the young guys that still have on the team. If they're not ready, don't rush them. That's a really big thing as well. And I think that Tyler Johnson could mentor them, even if they are on the same, line, in the same roster at the same time. It's just a very good scenario to be in, especially with a guy, multi-time cup winner, and who's still very solid on the team that he's on currently. So let me know what you think about all of this news here that we have. A lot of interesting stuff. And I do want to, continue to go on to some more speculation stuff like Tyler Johnson, but we have some more reports coming out by the days, by the weeks. It's starting to slow down a bit now, but we still have a lot of Bruins news. So make sure to hit the sub button, give the video a like as well if you did enjoy. But I'm signing out. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day. See you later.